Today is May 16, 2026. It is 7:04 a.m. I was just about to upload something and then I saw this tweet here. Not tweet, this video title. It says come on. It says white woman says the dominant culture of the world is under attack. I believe so. I didn't even listen to it. It's just the title that caught my attention. Yes, every country is under attack. I hope people are paying attention. They may not seem like they're attacking you directly right now. Eventually, it will come to you. So let me pause and upload what I need to upload and then do the video for PYTE. Alright, so let's go on X. This video should be short. And before I started recording again, I went in the living room. My son left to go to a meet. A mess he left in the living room. His shoes. He took some pasta, leftover pasta, and some the leftover, he left it on the counter. Oh my God. Anyway, I need to record this really quickly because I want to go for a walk. This is the time where I like to go for a walk. It's actually starting to get late. It's already 7. All right. First tweet. Meghan in Switzerland is the hashtag for this weekend. No one could ever mistake our girl for Harry's assistant. The squad are loving it. Alright, never. There's all of that. Alright, I started talking about it on Team Sussex, my first recording. I don't know when I'm gonna edit those recording. Alright, so there's JTB here. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, is heading to Geneva to honor children lost to online harm. Harry and Meghan have stayed focused on online safety and mental health for years. That is what real advocacy looks like. Alright, 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, is heading to Switzerland this weekend. And once again, she's putting her platform to work for something that actually matters. On Sunday, Meghan will join global health leaders, families, and World Health Organization Director General in Geneva for the unveiling of the Lost Screen Memorial. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the Director General's name for fear I will butcher it, but I will display it on the screen. This memorial honors children whose lives were lost because of online harm.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who cannot pronounce his last name. Okay, thank God. I could pronounce his first and middle name, but the last name, forget it. But phew, thank God I'm not the only one.
We are talking about cyberbullying, grooming, exploitation, and dangerous content that pushed families into unimaginable grief. This is the kind of work Meghan and Prince Harry have been doing through Archewell Foundation and the Parents' Network.
Since he mentioning that about Netflix and all of that, keep an eye. There's a lawsuit that's gonna go in Texas. Texas is suing Netflix for something similar to about what's the thing? Just look on the screen. I still have the screenshot somewhere. They're saying children and some other thing. Alright, but keep an eye on it. If Texas, of all states, to go after Netflix for this type of things, and yet the Epstein pedophile ring, nobody have been called to court, it raised a lot of suspicions to me. Okay, because what happened is that they already have their people in check. Okay, they have people on position of decision making from probably the judge. Just look at the Supreme Court in the United States, for instance. How things is being reversed. So they probably have this all locked in because these people don't play fair. However, if it truly is happening, that's a different story. But to leave the Epstein ring alone and then go into after Netflix, this is where my question mark is for that lawsuit. Okay, so let's continue.
They are using their influence to push for safer digital spaces and to force the conversation about what social media is doing to children. For years, Harry and Meghan have stayed focused on mental health, online safety, and protecting children. They didn't latch onto a cause for a photo opportunity and then move on when the headlines faded. They picked issues that matter kept doing the work. Meanwhile, there are other public figures who seem to treat charity work like a revolving door. 1 month, they focus on early childhood development. The next month is mental health. Then it's homelessness. Then it's the environment. Then it's a new campaign with a polished slogan and a fresh set of photographs. The pattern is always the same. A launch, a headline, a few appearances, and then everybody moves on before anything feels fully realized. Lots of ribbon cutting, lots of headlines, not much sustained impact. Harry and Meghan have shown what it looks like to stay committed. They keep showing up, keep listening, and keep using their platform to support the same causes year after year. Whether you support Meghan or not, this is important work. Children deserve to be protected online, and parents deserve answers. Meghan continues to focus on projects with real-world impact. And this trip to Switzerland is another example of that commitment. And that's the read. If you like your tea hot, share it, save your seat, and follow.
All right, so let's see some of the. Okay, I don't even want to show this. Okay, there's that. They can never bury Meghan. She will always thrive. This is a bad week for the Rangers and the Fantasies. A new movie being produced by Archewell and Meghan speaking at WHO, that's World Health Organization Summit. What a pity they wasted all their effort for 10 years. The good thing is Meghan will be able to string sentences together and people will understand her. Let's pause this. JTB, why do you have XXS rated? Oh, come on, I don't want to read that. Alright, as if they have any qualification to talk about mental health. If anything, they should present themselves as patients. Well, the thing is that with Harry and Meghan, they study the things even way before Archewell came out. They went to that university or school in California to grab those professionals to help them understand. Okay, so these people, oh please. All right, let's block this. The thing that Kate is trying to do with baby brain kind of thing, what she did with when former First Lady Biden, when she was First Lady at the G7 summit, where all those professionals were there sitting down and talk about things and things like that. All right, if Kate had a vision, okay, where she wants to take that baby brain topic to a certain goal, okay, she has all these experts. She could have contacted First Lady Biden to help her, okay, because she's in that. I believe she's still working with, she's still a professor or something like that. Okay, even when her husband was president, she was still working because she enjoyed doing those kind of things. There were all sort of professionals that could have helped Kate reach her goal. Okay, advise her how to approach her goal, but she has no goal. So all these experts could be around her, but she doesn't have any goal to reach. Harry and Meghan have a goal. They bring experts. They study. They don't just sit around and point finger. They listen to people. They do things. They, come on. There's no comparison here. Let's go to the next tweet. You know what? Let me pause for a second. All right. This is what I say here. Responding to this before I block it. This is the thing many of you don't understand. Harry and Meghan may not have the credentials. They bring professionals to help them with their goal. A problem Harry and Meghan saw, and professional help them solve it. Kate can do the same with her child thing, but Kate has zero vision with all the posts to help her. This is the link of that video that I did. Oh, it didn't show. Where Biden was there to help her. Oh, not here. This video. That's this video I just took the thing for. Alright, so let's block this. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. They will find all sort of excuse to diminish Meghan thing. But if they, well, they applaud mediocre. Look at, they wanted Meghan to be 50% less of herself. You can't take these people serious. Next tweet. This weekend, she won't have to be 50% of herself, like she's been asked to be before. She will be her 100% self, and she won't be quoting Bob the Builder cartoon either. Did the other one did that? Oh wow, I saw some stuff where they were I think Bob the Builder thing. Okay, cartoon either. She will be using her big girl words articulately, eloquently, like a university scholar she truly is. So incredibly proud of you, Meghan. Thank you for using your voice and being the change you would like to see in the world. There's the hashtag here. Okay, Bob the Builder is sending me to another place. I can't wait. The princess we really deserve. The princess that the girl all over the world deserve. Bob the Builder. Seriously. Sis, leave Bob the Builder alone. Yes, and we can't wait. I know. There's all the... There's more comment. Let's move on. I can't mess with the squad. Bob the Builder. Next tweet. The Duchess is expected to highlight Archewell's work on protecting children from online harm. Meghan will pay tribute to the children lost and lock screen images will be installed. She will also advocate for stronger global protections for children. Alright, so it's responding to this. Alright, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, will join WHO, which is World Health Organization, Director General Dr. Tedros. That's the last name. This is the part where JTB cannot pronounce. This weekend at an event hosted by the WHO and Archewell Philanthropies ahead of the 79th World Health Assembly being held in Geneva, Switzerland on 18 to 23 May 2026. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. The only comment I highlight is this one under that, okay? Next tweet. I think there's more comments, so I move on. Let's pause that. While Meghan is in Switzerland, she will highlight Archewell's work on protecting children from online harm. She will pay tribute to the children lost as a result of social media. The Lost Screen Memorial, each lock screen displayed the image of a child whose life ended too soon. All right, let's listen to this. Screenshot, okay? All right. Alright, so there's a music. Let me go through it really quickly. May they all rest in peace. Their life then go in vain. There's Harry and Meghan trying to do something to make it stop. Whatever those medias are doing. There's the images here. Alright, this internet is money for billionaires. It let people make money from hate. It's very sad. Welcome, always welcome to St. Serge. Okay, this is something else. Let's go to the next. Oh, is that part of Switzerland? I'm just wondering. There's the snow. Alright, so that's that. Where was I? 12. Let's go to the next tweet. I really want to go for a walk. It's really nice. If my husband were to be up, I probably would want to go hiking. Another place, not the same one we went last weekend. Alright, next tweet. The Duchess of Sussex to join WHO, Director General, and push for stronger global online protection for kids. They will be opening the Lost Screen Memorial on Sunday, which will feature an installation of 50 illuminated light boxes to show the mobile phone lock screen image of a child who died due to online violence and digital harm. Alright, so that's that. There's no comment. Responses, I mean. Next tweet. And let's not forget, I believe the US, the Trump administration, what did he do with the, did I put that twice? I put that twice. Oh, what did he do? He did something. I know Trump administration did something with the department that takes care of the health and safety of people. So, what do you call it? CDC. Okay, so I asked Google, what did Trump administration did to the CDC? The Trump administration significantly restructured, defunded, and downsized the CDC. Action include firing nearly half of the epidemic intelligence service, laying off thousands of scientists, closing pandemic research centers, dismissing CDC leadership, and redirecting the agency research priorities away from infectious disease to other matters. It's a huge problem. Huge. I do not know what other things do the American people need to see that the country is not heading the right way. I don't understand. Oh my God. And by the way, CDC is Center for Disease Control, I think it stands for. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Okay, 15. Right? Did I put that twice? Yeah, I put that twice. Let's go to the next tweet. I'm almost done, by the way. All right, let's pause. Oops, pause. Okay, so there's a music. The Sussexes, Mr. and Mrs. Global Statesman and Stateswoman. Willie's one wish is to become a global statesman. Only he had his entire life doing nothing while Prince Harry was restricted to the background. Harry and Meghan did it in less than 6 years. Willie wasted 20 years saying, I want. Alright, there's a music on this. Let me see. I will change the music, okay? Okay, we cannot hear what they're saying. Where was that? Or where is that? Okay, so there's the flag. Okay. I think that was the Ukrainian flag. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Copy. I have 2 more left. Okay. Congratulations, Harry and Meghan. No variety crash out on this side because we actually listen to name sources. Netflix with their full chest. We still have a relationship with the Sussexes. Don't believe variety. Alright, but anyway. So, let's focus on this one now. And it's a response to this deadline. Congratulations, Harry and Meghan. No variety crash out on this side because we actually listen to name sources. Netflix with their full chest. Quote, we still have a relationship with the Sussexes. Don't believe variety. Okay, quote, I would say don't believe whatever you read, she said about a recent story in Variety. Reporting on Netflix fallout with the Montecito-based couple. Maybe we should all be a little fact-checking, but here's the thing. We still have a relationship with them. We have movies in development with them. We have an amazing doc with them. They have things in development on the TV and film side. Alright, so I believe this is what Netflix is saying, and they put it in quote. So let's see here. Let's go into that. Exclusive No Way Out, the Syrian true story of Men Under Siege is being developed as a feature film by Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Deadline understand that Matt Charman, the Oscar-nominated writer of Bridge of Spies, is writing the adaptation for Netflix as part of its deal with Harry and Meghan's Archewell. Alright, so I'm not going to read the article. Alright, and there's that. Hold on a minute. I thought British media said Netflix is done with Harry and Meghan. Alright, let's pause that. Oh Lord, please spare us. Please, Harry and Meghan just gave up. Move on and live your private life. I mean, this is their private life. They're making money so they could live their life. What is wrong with these people? Let's see. Spare yourself by not watching or taking an interest in anything Harry and Meghan do. Alright, are you serious? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have clarified that they never cited desired private life. Okay, we could pause and read that part. Let's move on. These people will always come and say their nonsense. What they want Harry to do is just stay in a corner and do nothing. And like I said in past videos, even staying in a corner, they still need to pay for that corner. Alright, money doesn't just fall in front of them for them to have. They have to work for it. Next tweet. The source from Netflix, who's not afraid to put their face, name, voice to the story. Alright, so there's that. Chris Bowen-Smith. Tracy Rayson, head of scripted film at Prince Harry and Meghan's Archewell production on No Way Out. Quote, it's an incredible true story of bravery, heroism, and sacrifice told from the point of view of Major Adam Jurett. Can't wait to help bring it to screen. Really proud of this one. Alright, No Way Out. Tracy Rayson. Alright, actor, producer, born 13 April 1980 in New Jersey, USA. Okay, so it's repeating the same thing. Alright, no comment. Let's go to the next tweet. And this is my last one, okay? Oh my god, that's a lot of read. I can't wait to watch No Way Out. The British media and their mouthpieces were giving an assignment by the royal family, which is to create as much chaos as they can with fabricated stories, i.e. lies, and Prince Harry's and Meghan's lives on their path to success, in order to stop him from succeeding. But the good news is that Meghan, Prince Harry, and the people surrounding them, including those in Hollywood, are completely ignoring the royal family, their British media, and mouthpieces. They have forgotten what kind of country America is. That is true, but you see, Trump is turning it to the sense of what the royal family type of government they would like. you know, where they screw everybody. All right, removing the foundation that keeps America, you know, when there's a rule of law, at least you know there's the rule of law, you could follow the basic, okay? 0 0. But these people, what they want to do is go above the basic to further their progress while they're putting somebody else down. So if your foundation is not strong, so America is somewhat under attack. All right, it's a different kind of war that the U.S. Is facing right now. But the sad part is, it's from within. That's the problem. It's from within. They have no control over or any influence in Prince Harry's and Meghan's life. They know nothing about Prince Harry and Meghan's lives. They are just throwing spaghetti strings on the kitchen wall and hoping that one string will stick. Let's see here. Prince Harry and Meghan adapt gripping Afghanistan war memoir for Netflix. Through Archewell Production, the couple is developing a feature film adaptation of Joette's 2019 bestseller No Way Out, which details his command of Easy Company during relentless assault with drilling ammo and chaos. Oscar-nominated screenwriter. Alright, so there's the whole information behind it. Alright, so that's that. What's the other one is saying? There's that. Foundational opposition. America's identify is rooted the rejection of hereditary rule and arbitrary power, rejection of the king, the Declaration of Independence. Okay, you could pause and read that. Okay, next one. America is an extremely anti-monarchy country, but why do Americans like watching film, TV series like The Lord of the Rings and get... It's a movie. It's not reality. Oh my God. After overthrowing the three mountains, still shooting historical dramas, how can this be explained? Okay, I don't know anything. There's that. Pause and read. Oh my God, that's too much. Pause and read. There's a difference with reality and movies. Okay, not my type of movie, but it's about supporting the Sussexes project, so I'm so there. I was there. I hope it's true and the full story is told. Well, it's coming from somebody else's perspective. You could be there. Your perspective might be slightly different. That's the thing. All right. Like for instance, I usually use that image. Look on the screen. There's the number 6. All right. One person could stand on one side of the 6 and then the other one stand on the other side of the 9. Okay. Depend on which way you stand, it will be different for you. For one person, it could be a 6. For the other person, it could be a 9. So it could be different perspective. What you saw, where your eyes was, while the other person's eyes was probably north, and yours could probably be south. But the only thing that could be maybe the same is objective. Why were you there? Okay? Then each and every person that soldiers that was sent there will have a different perspective. I was shoot at, I was this, I was hiding under this. Meanwhile, this person was over there and another person, life was gone. So different perspective. Even if you were there. That's the thing. So, I'm done. Please take a moment. Oh, I'm in the wrong channel. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. It's very strange that some people, even in my comment, the derangers will come up and say certain things. It's just mind-blowing. I could understand you disagree. I've had a lot of real squaddies who listen and put timestamp and say, you know what you say here, I have a different idea, or you were wrong, there's this and that. And I will say, well, this is the branch that I was talking about. You were right, you're 100% right. However, this is a different perspective. All right, we all have different perspective. We could have disagreement as long it's meaningful. All right, so I've shared many of you. I talked to you about this. I have conversation with many of my subscribers in the comment section, and there are some, when I see the derangers, I'll take the screenshot and put it on my community board and say, look at this stupidity that I'm dealing with. Some people will say, why are you sharing, you spreading? No, if you listen to the sense that these people are writing their thing and the way you responded to them, you see it's full-blown stupidity. But anyway, I like to have reasonable discussion, whether you agree or disagree. Many times I've learned from squaddies who put their comments under the comment section. So don't be afraid to comment, and I will explain my point of view. Hopefully I do come across some of your comments for the discussion to continue, and that's pretty much it. It's when people are saying dumb things, sometimes may not even have nothing to do with the video. These are the things that sometimes that pisses me off. Anyway, that's it. Thank you to those who continue watching my videos and continue the discussion. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thanks for watching.